So then I was like, well, if it's salty, I might as well. Oh, wait, what's going on, everyone? Strangelings, how you doing? Welcome back to another Bangkok Strange live stream. I am Dana Blue and as always joined by the beach-bound, bald, and beautiful Mike's Somerville.
A little bit salty.
What's going on, Mike?
So much, dude. I'm down here in Prot Shop Currycon at a coffee shop looking exactly at what is below me on the screen.
Nice.
And it's nice, dude. It's nice. I mean, it's a little washed out because the sun's so intense, but as it rises, I don't know, dude. As you know, I mean, Thailand's amazing. There's so many great places.
It is the spot, right?
Yeah.
Who you want to be.
So digging it. And I'll tell you, so here's what was funny. So I made a farang faux pas.
Yeah.
And so my first train down to Cha Am.
Well, that was 40 baht, right?
Yeah, 40 baht. And then the next train was 7 baht. What I discovered, though, at that train stop is that it's just a platform and a roof, and there's no train station. So I'm like, well, no big deal. I'll just write. Well, that means I can't buy a ticket, which means I can't get back on there. So then I got to take a grab
on the train.
So here's the thing is I've never seen anybody pay one of those conductor guys because you know how they walk up and down the aisle and they go click, 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 click like that constantly. Like those guys in the Las Vegas Strip, like flipping those business cards with the strippers on it. You know, same thing. And so I've never seen a money exchange occur there. And so I was like, all right, well, whatever. So I took a grab, like 150 baht, 200 baht, whatever it was, up to Hua Hin, where, of course, I can buy a ticket. I came down here to Prot Shop Currycon. But it was a good lesson because now I'm like, okay, well, I'll only stop either near or at a train station that has an actual, like, you know, station manager kind of thing place. Yeah. And then I can get the ticket that way. Anyway, my farang faux pas was I get to Hua Hin and I'm looking at the thing and there's an express train, which of course, you know, Thai trains are always late, but they're also always amazing. Yeah. So I'm like, okay. So she goes, do you want the fast train or the slow train? And I said, well, the fast train, basically, it starts at Hua Hin and it ends at Prot Shop Currycon. Doesn't stop anywhere along the way. That's the one I'll take. And this is like 10:30. By the time my train was supposed to show up, the slow train had already come to this station and passed. Not that I don't have the money, right? Not all of us have it, but the cost of my fast train was like 350 baht, and the cost of the slow train was 13 baht. But I would have gotten here faster, and it would have been better because I like it because there's no AC, the windows are open, and you get the breeze, kind of like the whole bus paradigm, right? Yeah. So anyway, so that's how I ended up in Prot Shop Currycon. So how are you doing, dude? How are you doing?
Not a bad way to go. Not a bad way to go. Real quick, I want to say hi to who we got in the chat. Steve, how you doing? We got Joe P, of course. This guy's shirt. I'm just going to look at this guy's shirt. How amazing is that?
You know what? Speaking of shirts, isn't it like some special day? Screw this Black Friday nonsense.
Yeah, no, not Black Friday. Today's 11/11, right? And if you live in Asia, 11/11 is the day. Yeah. And so, guys, we've set up a special discount at shop.bangkokstrange.com for today only. Use code 1111 and get 20% off.
And you know what I'm actually willing to do because I have his PayPal information because Joe P constantly sends me smoothie money. If Joe P wants, I will literally send him 20% off back today just because he's so cool. Totally up to him. He can let us know in the chat. And since you're in charge of the chat, then I'm going to allow you to ignore anything that Joe P says. And so financially, that'll work for us.
Perfect. Born Nomad, welcome. Thank you for coming by. Oh, and
Thank
guys,
you,
also
Born Nomad.
In the shop, I livened up all of the new designs. So take a look. Let me know what you think. So they're all there. The 555 shirt, Bangkok Strange. Take a look. Let us know. Hugh, how you doing? Hugh, again, our savior with information about the Hill Tribe project, which when Mike is back in Bangkok, we will put some attention units towards and get that scheduled. Patrick,
I'm going to get back before it gets too cold up there, dude. That's I don't know.
Cold is relative. It's Asian cold.
Okay, so this morning I'm on the beach. It's 78 degrees outside, and I'm like, son of a bitch, I wonder if I can like buy a hoodie. Yeah.
Mr. Mitch, how you doing? Patrick, Yeah, we have the newest Bangkokian in the chat today.
Benja?
No, Todd.
Oh, absolutely, Todd, dude. Let's do it at the same time. Here we go, Dana.
Up
1,
top,
2,
boom.
3.
If
Absolutely.
you guys don't know, Todd
well,
is in Bangkok, so he's in quarantine. Who else we got? We got so everyone's saying hi there. Oh, we do have Benja in the chat. Benja, how you doing on this Wednesday morning?
Absolutely. I saw her. She came by my live stream yesterday on Facebook. Thank you very much for coming by. Nice. I'm bummed that when I was in Cha Am, I didn't get a chance to go up and see her, but it was just far enough away. Maybe on the ride home on the train, I'll stop.
I think I got everyone who's here. So, guys, if I missed you, I apologize, but I hope you're all doing well. So, yeah, it's been a good week. Been busy. I missed your live stream yesterday. I was out at Sasson meeting with the Sustainable Entrepreneurship Department.
Okay, so was that the same thing you were saying you were talking about prototypes, or was that a different project?
That's different. I was prototyping for the design studio. I was talking to the director over at Sasson, and so that I was supposed to have like a 30-minute meeting, and we ended up going for like 2.5 hours. So it was a good meeting.
Awesome. That's great. Okay, so tell me a little bit about the entrepreneurship, because obviously I live where I live in Bangkok because I just want to be physically near entrepreneurs, or at least ones that call themselves that.
So obviously, True has their are they still open at the co-working space?
Yes. In fact, you know what's funny? Because WeWork basically is bankrupt. They had the whole 5th floor over there, and now like True obviously took it over because I guess they own the whole building, so they're trying to rent it out.
Yeah.
So now it's a new like innovation center because they don't have any renters. So yeah, so they have 3 floors of co-working space now. I mean, I'm impressed.
Yeah, it's there's definitely some interesting stuff going on. So Sasson, because it's part of the university, it's a bit neutral.
Does Sasson stand for something? What is Sasson? I don't know what that is.
I think it's a name. It's not an acronym.
Okay, so Sasson entrepreneurial.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's the International Graduate Business School at Chula. It's kind of like Thailand's version of HBS.
Okay, that's a pretty high bar. I mean, you and I both grew up near Cambridge. We know what that means.
So, but I mean, like, as far as like prestige network, like that's why you go to Sasson, like, which is the same reason you go to HBS.
True, but also the minute you show up for HBS, you basically have a minimum of a $250,000 a year job waiting for you.
Yeah,
is that the same thing in Thailand?
It's $300,000 to go to HBS.
The last time I looked, it was 170. The interesting thing about the program, though, is that the first year you are required to not work. You can only do Harvard Business School, which is crazy. But yeah, when I was looking at it back in 2008, it was 170 because I thought, okay, I'm either going to go for my master's at the school that I'm working at because essentially it's free, or I'm going to go to Harvard and live with my parents. Like, okay, fine, that would be, and it was like, I couldn't make the ROI.
I think you have to live in the apartments there over in Lower Alston if you go to HBS.
Over in Wigglesworth Hall. That's my favorite name of that hall. I love that thing.
Is it? Well, it's the apartment buildings over on the other side of the river there. Right? I think that's like mandatory.
Down the street from MIT's rowing thing.
No, across the river, right? So it's in Lower Alston, right across Western on Western Ave, just over the bridge.
I'll tell you what, dude. That's the best place in the entire world for about 5 weeks in the summer for me.
Yeah. I don't even know if you get 5 good weeks. I mean, it's it's a dope look. It's right across from the Harvard Stadium. So the Harvard Stadium's on the other side of Western.
All right, nice.
Yeah. So real quick, Steve says, Dana, waiting patiently for the BTS station tour. When Mike spends enough time in Bangkok for us to get out and do it. The man is on like the global beach tour at the moment.
I will tell you, one of the best things that I ever did was buy the AirAsia Unlimited Pass. Even if I didn't save any money, it gets me to commit to a flight somewhere 3 weeks in advance. And because I'm such a cheap bastard, I don't want to like forfeit it. So I have a flight that flies from Surat Thani back to Bangkok on the 24th. So I basically need to be in Surat Thani on the 24th to fly back to Bangkok. so that the following morning I can get on a bus and go down to Pattaya for the International Fireworks Festival and hang out with Todd, actually.
So yeah, when he's back, we'll be hitting. We'll probably bang out 3 or 4 the first couple days. We'll get them edited and up, and let's get some response from you guys on those, and then make some adjustments as we go. But we decided to start all the way down in Kia.
To be fair, the other thing too that I think is going to be really excellent is the fact that I actually now have a GoPro, so I have like a big boy camera now.
Yeah.
Unlike Dana, which of course, if you guys don't know, in his living room there is his workshop where he does all of his work, and I believe $317,000 plus cameras. For some reason, the guy like collects electronics that are worth more than my car. I mean.
I saw something. Oh, where is it? Joe had a good comment for you here.
I saw that.
Just so you know, they have pullovers in the Bangkok Strange store.
And you know what's interesting about the Bangkok Strange store? We've discovered that you can actually use that e-commerce solution and have wilder success with it than the company GoPro.
Yes.
So
yeah, some of the stuff I sent Mike an ad, and they were discounting the GoPro Hero 9 today on 11/11 by 1,000 baht down to $14.99, which was
discount.
like $480.
492 with the exchange rate, and I'm just like, okay, so how is that? That's like discounting a Toyota to like $96,000. Like, what the fuck?
Made no sense. But that's their Bangkok pricing.
Now, to be fair though, GoPro has a similar pricing scheme to Apple, meaning that like every Apple store you go, it's all basically the retail price, right? Like you can't just like get. So, remind me, because I don't remember. When we were in Fortune Town, what was everyone offering the 9 at? Was it 15?
$15.99.
50. Okay. All right. So yeah. So that's like $550, right?
Yeah. So it's still cheaper. If you could buy it from the US and get it shipped, it's still cheaper.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's insane. But so Doorman asks, I have a question for entry stamps. Has anyone ever got a red stamp?
Yeah. So I know why he asks that. Obviously, he is an elite guy.
Yeah.
The short answer is yes, I have. However, what is the date? What is the date that they hand wrote in there, Todd? Because my first visa was a B visa. The stamps that I have now, I believe, are blue. However, I also got it transferred. So I'll be curious to hear what your date is.
So is it the square, or is it? You must have got a bunch of stamps because this is your first entry on the elite. So they must have put a bunch of shit in your passport.
Yeah. So normally it's like a purple kind of thing. But then what happens is that potentially you will get red entries based on a couple of things. One, they can either handwrite the day you're supposed to, the day that your stamp expires, or for long-term stays like with Todd, a lot of times they'll do it like mine, where it's like it's not handwritten, it's like a stamp thing. So
yeah. So I have a 1-year visa as well, and I'm trying to think. I think mine's blue for sure, and then I have like the purplish entry. I haven't entered since last year. Obviously, I haven't left the country since 2019.
When does your stamp expire?
My entry stamp or my visa stamp?
Your visa stamp, I guess. Yeah.
January.
Are you gonna have to like prove that you're married every year?
Yeah.
Like I've heard these marriage visas are a complete pain in the ass.
Dude, they send us sample photos of the photos that we have to submit.
So you're both like, oh no, I'm sorry, Thailand. So you're like,
no, we have to take one where we're sitting on the bed together with our hands like over each other's, like Jib's hand, my hand, Jib's hand, my hand, and like
naked.
No, unfortunately no. And then we have to take photo in front of the house with the address photo and all this stuff.
Whatever.
So we have to submit a minimum of 10 photos, and then like all the same documents and like proof that we live together, and yeah.
Interesting. Money wise though, what, 400,000 baht, right?
Yeah, to have in the bank. Yeah,
that's nice.
But yeah, I think next year I'm going to try to get PR.
Oh, see, so I am now on my 4th visa. However, they're not in a row. I'm like, son of a bitch. I'm like, guys, I've been coming here. Like my first B visa, O visa, OA visa, OA visa. I'm like, come on, dude. And they're like, no, they have to be in a row. So I'm only on number 2 now, as far as they're concerned. But what is PR going to give you?
No need for a visa.
Ah, okay.
5
do you
years
have that?
Shop.
And do you? Okay, I was gonna. Yeah, so you have that for 5 years.
Yeah, and there's no, and then you just renew it at the police station, at the police headquarters.
Like at year 4.5.
Yeah.
Oh, does it cost anything, or is it just time spent in the kingdom?
Yeah, it's not going to be cheap.
Oh, like do you have to pay for it, or do you just have to have like 3 million baht in the friggin' bank account?
No, so you have to have like cash in the bank, plus you have to go through like the whole process and all the payments and everything. But yeah, and then I have to be able to sing the national anthem and the King's anthem and a few other things.
Really?
Yeah.
The only one that I know even slightly is the national anthem, because of the whole 6 p.m. everyone stops, and which is so freaking cool, dude. I love that. But the King's anthem, is that the one like they play at the beginning of the movies?
Yep. I
do not know that one. That's
I know the melody, so I think I could learn it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Joe has a great question. Do we know anything about drop shipping?
I think that the center of all drop shipping, interestingly enough, is in Chiang Mai, Thailand, if I'm not mistaken.
Up north?
I believe that Chiang Mai, Thailand has the, you know what it does? It has the highest number of experts in drop shipping.
Oh.
So, yeah. So that's a benefit. In fact, you know what I was thinking of doing is, rather than you and I continue with shop.bangkokstrange.com, I mean, arguably we've already earned $5-6 million, which we could prove. We could very easily prove that.
I can Photoshop that statement up right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, print.
Dude, what do you think Fiverr's for? I mean, print. Yeah, right mouse click print. But what we should probably do is we should probably make an online course. But here's what I'm thinking: instead of just having an online course, let's have a retreat. That is very exclusive.
Totally exclusive.
Now, at first I was thinking, okay, clearly this is worth $15,000, maybe $10,000. Because if I work for somebody for 1 hour, obviously it's a consulting fee of $10,000. But since it's 11/11, Dana, I'm honestly thinking we offer this thing for 1,111 baht.
I'm thinking 1,197.11 baht.
Dude, wait, did you go to Harvard Business School for marketing? Dude, that is just, bring it right here, buddy. That is, wow. Joe, thank you for bringing that up. That is relevant and timely.
Yes, very indeed. And we got Cody in the chat saying, what's up? Oh, here's a question that hopefully Todd can answer for us. If you guys get an elite visa, do you still need to have insurance and a specified amount in the bank?
You do not need any money in the bank. All you need to do is cut them a check for at least 500,000 baht, dude.
Well, you need money in the bank before before you get the visa.
You need money in the bank to like basically open up the K Plus app and go transfer, and then have it go shit.
Yeah, so Doorman says you need 100,000 COVID insurance and no money in the bank.
Yeah,
so
but to be fair,
100K.
That's to enter the kingdom. That is not, as far as I know, Todd, you do not need insurance for the visa if it were not COVID time. Yeah, I don't believe you needed insurance like a year ago. If you were to get a 500,000 baht 5-year visa, I don't believe you needed insurance. Maybe you did though.
Yeah, maybe not. I'm never asked to provide insurance for my visa. So,
you know what Tum asked me for? Life insurance. And I was like,
yeah, I remember Jib saying that he wanted to see your life insurance.
Yeah, and I was like, well, my health insurance includes reparation of remains. And I'm like, is that what you guys are concerned about? I'm not sure on the logic for it, but I don't have life insurance, although, I mean, I don't have life insurance, but I could easily get Gracie all of my passwords. So she's,
yeah. All of your multiple passports.
And
MedTech. Is that your PR MedTech 532?
Did you send me a shot? Usually he sends me a screenshot of that so I can praise him.
That must be his PR.
What? PR? What do you mean?
Personal record. His personal best, yeah.
Why do you abbreviate every F and T?
Because I'm an engineer. Up top. Boom.
See, I was going to be an engineer, but the reality is I made way too much money as an engineer. So then what I decided to do is help people drop shit.
Become engineers.
Come on. I was so straight-faced, bro, and then you just lost it inside your fucking coffee mug. Can't do anything with you.
Well, when you said I made so much money, I couldn't.
Yeah, I know, right? Twist my,
Here's Cody's wondering how long you have to keep the insurance active. I mean, well, once you pay for it, it's not like insurance companies give you rebates, right?
Yes, they do. I actually inquired with I have Pacific Cross because what happened is I said, well, I only have like 400,000 baht worth of insurance, and that was just to come over here. And I thought, all right, well, I'm going to be traveling internationally. So my renewal came up and I said, hey, look, why don't you just bump me up to the level where it's at least 100,000 US dollars of coverage so I can get in and out of the country. And, you know, Cambodia only needed 50,000, but it seemed like most countries in Southeast Asia were like, look, to come in during COVID time, you need it. So I said, fine, just give me that for 1 year. Well, what that basically did is that was the equivalent, instead of me just giving them more money and me giving them another insurance policy, I was effectively a new customer again. So any treatment that I had in the past calendar, in the past policy year, they then made an exception for. And I was like, you assholes, I gave you more money and you excluded the treatment that you provided me. They're like, yeah, if you had just renewed, it wouldn't have been excluded. And I said, okay, so that's what we refer to in the United States as lack of integrity.
Yeah.
And so I asked him, I said, look, can I get a refund? What happens? And he said, he says, you get, 1/12 of it every month. So if I were to have it for 11 months and cancel it, I would get 11/12 of it back.
Oh.
Yep.
But now you can't, would you have an ear infection? You can't get treated for ear infections anymore?
Yeah. I was like, are you fucking just in my left ear or like how it, so anyway, I thought, okay, well, obviously that lacks integrity. And I said, I don't want to be part of a company that does that. But I needed an insurance policy because I'm not going to travel without one. But the good news is that if I cancel tomorrow, I get 55,000 baht back.
Yeah. So we got Joe with the stats here: 15 watching, 7 thumbs, and 7 million people looking for drop shipping courses.
You know what's interesting, Joe? I think Dana forgot to mention it to you. All you guys need to do basically to sign up for the world's arguably most valuable drop shipping class is go to shop.bangkokstrange.com and order, I believe you only have to order 5 items. Am I right, Dana?
Just 5.
I mean, the easiest thing to do is just go to hoodie and go plus. Just have them sent, drop shipped, quite frankly, to your house and then just give them away as Christmas gifts. Because I'm just trying to help people. I've already made way too much money. I just want to spend time with my family and teach you guys.
Absolutely. So Todd has a good comment. If you come on the STV, be careful. First of all, make sure you get the penicillin if you've got the STV. You need insurance to cover your stay. Not sure about retirement visa, OA retirement visa, how long you need it for. But with that visa, you need insurance anyway. Yeah.
Yeah.
So with my visa, I think I don't need insurance, but because I have a work permit, I'm covered under Thai medical anyway.
Yeah, because you're paying into Social Security, right?
Yeah. But can you change it to a non-O retirement? I don't think you need to keep minimum insurance. No, you definitely did, right, Mike?
Yeah, I needed to. Well, again, that was what was so weird. Is he was like, "Yeah, do you have health insurance?" I said, "Yeah," and I showed him the thing. But what was bizarre, right? Okay, so I like renewed my visa whenever I renewed it with Tom, right? So it was like, what, a month ago? And my current policy was expiring at the end of the month, so I haven't got a new, like, card yet. And I said, well, I'm renewing it at the end of the month. And he's like, oh yeah, but it's expiring. I'm like, right, it does that annually. I'm not gonna, so anyway, so I'm not quite sure. Again, every immigration officer is different, right? So, but for some reason, life insurance, I was like, that's weird.
Yeah, the repatriation of the body, is that a requirement, or is that just something you had on there?
For some reason, every insurance policy internationally that I've had, it's had that on it. I've also gotten the thing where it's like, look, if I hate this care, which I wouldn't use in Thailand, it would definitely be in the Philippines. I would be like, get me out of here right now. It comes with the whole, what's that helicopter thing called? Life flight or whatever. Oh, yeah. So yeah, it's up to $25,000 to basically get me to a hospital that I approve of, which of course would be get me to fucking Bummengrad.
Yeah. Yeah, right. If it's an emergency and you got to be helivac, then yeah, definitely going to Bummengrad. Maybe Smitty Wet if it's closer and it's a real emergency.
Yeah, if I like the piano.
Yeah, if I want to hear piano while being operated on.
Oh, I'm getting operated in a Nordstrom's. How lovely. Hey, is Nordstrom's out of business? Did you hear that? I think they went bankrupt. That's what I think. I'm not sure. Yeah.
What do I got? I got, this is Suburban Beard, 99-cent Josh is sending me Pornhub comments about something.
Pornhub comments? Who the hell comments on those videos? Like, dude, you're either watching it or you're done.
Yeah, right? Unlimited 30-second views.
Yeah. I mean, come on, dude. Crazy.
So you're down in, right now you're in Petroparikon, right?
Pratrap Kurikon. How come I know how to pronounce it and you, Mr. Thai husband?
Did you see that Chris is down, Chris from Retire Working Few is in Sha'am. Or Hoi Hin, he's in Hoi Hin.
Right now?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Yeah, I don't like Hoi Hin. There's way too many friggin' gringos. I'd hang out with Chris.
He did a whole series of videos yesterday. He was uploading every 3 hours. He drove a motorbike to Hoi Hin.
From where? Bangkok?
Yeah.
Oh, good for him. That's totally cool. I saw like part 1, and I think I even saw part 5 or whatever. I didn't know how often those were coming out. Good for him. That's a cool. He's such a great YouTuber.
Yeah.
Because obviously, like me, I mean, I like doing the thing. But his passion for quality editing eclipses anything I could even fantasize about doing.
He had some slick edits yesterday too. He had some nice transitions where like he was like really doing a good job fading it in and out, cutting it, like where he would run and then boom, he's in a new location.
Good for him, man. He offers a lot of value. I'm really happy for him. His success, it's fun to see. Oh, I told you I ran into Chad, right? In Tesco Lotus. Yeah, CB Media. Totally cool guy. He's even taller than I am. He's like 6'3", 6'4".
Yeah, he said he's 195 centimeters, so I'm 185. He's at least 10 centimeters taller than me.
How tall am I? I can't remember how.
You're probably like 190 because you're taller than me.
I'm 188.
188. So close to 190. They're offering a TR visa now for the U.S., but you need a minimum of 500,000 baht in the bank for 6 months.
Yeah.
Cody's saying he'll get here eventually.
Yeah, absolutely, Cody.
For sure. Sooner or later. You see that there's news that Pfizer has a vaccine that's 90% effective.
I was going to ask about that. What is their stock at?
Of course, Mike goes to, what are they trading at? Can I buy?
Yeah. Oh, Jesus Christ, they're down like almost 2%. What the fuck happened to them?
Well, they're about to be selling 15 million to 20 million doses of this vaccine. So
their stock has been volatile as fuck, though. I mean, basically, their stock right now is at the price it was at before COVID was announced.
I saw that also Brazil is halting trials of the Chinese version of the vaccine because of a extreme adverse effect one of the patients had.
One patient?
They classified it as an extreme adverse effect. So there must have been like an autoimmune something
Come
going on.
Dude. I mean, look, you could fucking die from a Tylenol.
However,
However,
I don't know what their sample size is either, though. What their testing sample is. So
so it wasn't like just physically one person. It's just that they have this one study that says these people.
But they said one person in that study. From what I read, it was one person in the study, but it could have been a small sample size.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of an important safety tip.
Yeah,
one person out of 7 or 1 out of 1,500. I mean,
yeah. So I don't know, but if Pfizer really does have a 90% effective rate, we'll find out what happens.
The flu shot in the United States, I believe, is 55% effective. Does that sound right?
No, I think it's much more effective than that.
Really? Okay,
Yeah,
I thought it was really low. But good. I should get mine here. Do you get one here?
Yeah.
Have you gotten it yet?
No, not this year.
How do you get it? Do you you don't just like cruise down to Walmart like you do at home? Like, do you go to
No, you go to a hospital and they'll usually have like a day set up, like clinic days set up where you can just pop in and they'll boom, good to go.
My insurance sent me an email. I can get it at Blumengrad for 1,000 baht, and I'm just like, yeah, I guess whatever. But if it's free, it's free. I'll go. I don't know where I'll go.
Yeah, I mean, you can do it. Usually, it's a couple $100 baht to get it done.
That's not bad.
Jib's mom is a nurse, so she actually used to get it in like Jib would get her vaccines like from her mom, but her mom wasn't she was an administrative nurse, so like she fucked up and like gave Jib a shot, like hit the nerve because Jib's got small arms. I'm like, she could for me it'd be easier. You give me a shot in the tricep, you're not gonna fuck it up, right? Good to go. Right. But Jib's got these tiny arms. It's like put it in her delt, and then it's just like, oh, she hit the nerve. It's so bad. I'm sure Gracie has the same issue. Get a shot, and she's like, "Oh fuck, you hit the bone."
So Gracie's wrists are. Yeah. I mean, every time. Oh yeah, we went and bought her a watch.
Yeah,
and they had to remove so many links. I was just like, dude.
So Jib has the Apple Watch. I got her when I got us both. Whenever I bought the 4, I think we have the 3 or the 4. We have the one that right before they had the always on screen. And so I bought her the smaller face watch because her wrists are so tiny with the tiny strap, and it's still the strap is too big for her wrist.
Does it fall off?
So yeah, it's like she has to pull it all the way around, and the strap sticks up a little bit onto the face.
So did she just wear it up on her?
She could. I mean. So what Mr. Mitch is saying, tonight's news is saying 90%. You're talking about Mr. Mitch, you're talking about the effectiveness of the Pfizer vaccine, right?
Probably. I think that's the number that I had heard. Yeah.
Yeah. Cody's saying they were wanting at least 50 to 60%. So 90 is great. Yeah. So again, I didn't see anything about the sample size. The sample size is so important. And then, having multiple samples and being able to recreate that percentage will be key to understanding the validity of the vaccine, right? If you can't recreate the results, then they essentially never happened.
Typically, though, a vaccine test lasts 18 months, isn't that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So they'll do a ramp up, then they'll do multiple testings.
Mm.
So Doorman says Cambodia is shutting down movie theaters and bars again, and school for at least 2 weeks because of one case that an official got from somebody in Hungary. Oh yeah, the PM of the Prime Minister of Hungary or something like that, right? He's spreading COVID all over Asia like a douchebag.
I mean, obviously, I can't imagine he did it intentionally, right?
No, but we got Carl K in the chat. How you doing, Carl?
Hey, Carl. Good to see you, man.
Yeah, so Mr. Mitch saying, Pfizer 90%. Yeah, again, it would be. I still think we probably got another year and a half of COVID madness before things really start to normalize.
What's GoPro stock at?
Yeah, check GoPro. See, they're gonna start banning our videos. Like these guys keep busting our balls about about not being able to sell stuff in Asia.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you know what's funny is last quarter they were profitable. Like they've never been profitable. They lost a shitload of money in Q2. So Who knows? I mean, again, I think one of the best phrases I ever heard was from my buddy who's the CEO of WD-40. And in 2008, 2009, the way he described that period, he said, this is very cleansing because, I mean, you really trim the fat, and so one could argue that, I mean, United probably had far too many employees that were sticking around, so it helped them get rid of the lame people, but who knows?
So Born Nomad saying the vaccine has to be stored at -80
Celsius.
That's crazy.
So how long does it take to heat it up to room temperature so when they inject it, you don't die?
Yeah. That can't be right. -80 is really low.
Yeah, I mean, even if it's Fahrenheit, but I'm sure it's in Celsius. That's how they sort of measure. I mean, you get milliliters, or you probably don't get milliliters. You get,
Doorman's asking, does this mean I can have access to a semi-private beach when I get out of queue?
I'll tell you what, dude, you'll be only child beaching it all day. I could walk out. How would I do that? Yeah, I could walk out here right now and let's see, it's 9:30. In about 2 hours, for the next 5 hours, there will be nobody on the beach except white dudes. It's way too hot.
This one white dude.
Indeed.
Joe P, who is a connoisseur of the finest shirts in existence, says he does like the new stuff in the shop.
Hey, thanks, buddy. That's cool.
So, guys, don't forget to check out shop.bangkokstrange.com, code 1111. You get 20% off today only.
How does that work? I assume that they use the local time zone of whoever goes to it, right?
Yeah, I believe so. When I set it up, it didn't ask me to set a time zone, so I'm assuming it's only for people who are in that time zone.
You would hope that the server would be smart enough to render.
Yeah, so then you can go VPN otherwise. If you're like, I need to get this, where can I VPN to real quick?
Rush shipping is available. Is that what you use to get the mugs to us?
No, because when I got the mugs, we got them as samples, right? So it just ships however they ship it.
Oh, okay, got it.
Yeah. Yeah, because we got the mugs 3 weeks before the shirts?
Sounds about right. Yeah.
I've got stuff coming from China right now, and I just got a notification that it's in customs at Hong Kong being held.
So it goes through customs in Hong Kong on export, and then it goes through customs in Thailand on import?
Yeah. I'm assuming, because it's coming from Shenzhen, right? So
right across the friggin' river.
Yeah, so it's casted buttons. So they're probably easier for them to bring it to Hong Kong for export.
I don't know. Shenzhen's pretty friggin' huge.
Yeah. So Cody says he's heard the same thing about the temp and knows someone that in the head of emerging management local, they have been making plans for disseminating the vaccine. And then Carl says, yet the vaccine has to be stored at or below freezing. This is a tactical response to the financial markets, in my opinion. Why we react to this with a 0.004% mortality rate depending on the age, yet ignore H1N1. Yeah, I don't know all the stats on the virus. I think it's clear America's just struggling with it anyway. Over 100,000 dead. Clearly not the best look for the country. Is that in rural areas of poor countries where resources are tight, the main issue is that the vaccine, which is based on a novel technology that they use synthetic.
So I just multiplied 0.00004, which is 0.004%, times 350 million, and my math tells me that is 14,000. And as far as I know, there's 10 times that dead in the United States. So
150 dead right now, right?
150,000. Yeah. So
2 million infected.
Yeah, I mean it's ridiculous. How many dead we got here in Thailand? 80?
50?
Statistically insignificant. We could have 10x this number and it would still be statistically insignificant. But I understand that the spread of it is what you're concerned with. It's like, yeah, we've only got 5 cases. Yes, but 5 people can spread it to 150,000. I get that. So that's a pretty valid debate.
So Mr. Mitch put a link up to the Reuters article about the temperature storage on the vaccine, if you guys can see that. Which I'm assuming you can because I can see it on StreamYard. So,
yeah, he's a dude.
Yeah, it's the whole virus thing it's crazy for me to watch the news from overseas when I'm looking at it from like the perspective here in Thailand, and like you said, statistically insignificant.
Yeah,
we basically have. You get a case, they get it under control. We have nationwide contact tracking. I mean, they've done everything right.
Yeah. I mean, you walk into a 7-Eleven. I mean, here's what's crazy too. I mean, think about all the devices that have been designed and deployed and used, like that. Certainly, I mean, maybe they were on the shelf or whatever, but I've never seen one of those devices with like the little tube on it that has the red display that you like basically push your hand up to when you enter a 7-Eleven. But they're everywhere now.
Iron Man for a second.
And then, yeah, exactly. Jarvis. And so there's that. I mean, those gun temperature thingies. I mean, I know that those existed, but I didn't see them with the proliferation that they've been at. So.
Yeah, so Steve hit us up with the statistics here. 239,000 dead in the U.S., 10 million infections.
That's significant. Cody made a good comment about a website that you and I, or a website, a YouTube guy that we love, Wendover Productions.
Yeah, fantastic. I didn't see that come through.
Right below Carl when he talked about the mortality rate.
Okay, I must have missed that. Oh yeah, Wendover. Yeah, actually, I was just watching his other channel the other day. Half is Interesting. He has 2 channels.
I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, so good. I mean, that one of my favorites for sure. Wendover and Half is Interesting.
Huh. I didn't know he had the second one. Okay, I'll check it out.
And then Steve had another one. Yeah, Thailand, 50 million infected worldwide. Only 60 die in Thailand so far. Yeah. And we're catching infections more and more. They're really taking it seriously. And like, I don't know if you guys saw Todd's video about his quarantine hotel. He's got a whole schedule. Like, he can't leave his room for the first couple days. Then he can go out of the room onto the roof, and then like he gets more freedom after he takes like his milestone tests.
Thank you for that, by the way, Todd. That was hugely educational and hugely helpful. I got to tell you, from now on, like I'm on these groups like Bangkok, living in Bangkok, expats in Bangkok, and these guys will post, "What's it going to take for me to get to Bangkok right now?" Like, Jesus Christ, dude, figure it out. Honestly, all I'm going to do from now on, I'm just going to tag Todd. I'm just like, ask him, pay him, and ask
He's done
him.
Yeah, if you guys aren't following, if you want to see what it takes to get here, like go back and watch Todd's videos from Cambodia, and like he was on the flight yesterday sending me photos online from his seat. It looked like there was maybe only like 5 or 6 people on the flight, Todd. Is that right?
Yeah, but they were there I think they were on the tarmac for almost 3 hours, making sure everybody was on the plane. So he was the first one to check in. I get that. I do the same thing. Always the first to check in. His hotel looked pretty nice too. I mean, it's like a suite, right? He's got like a living room, little kitchenette.
Yeah, it looks like probably like a service apartment, I would imagine.
Yeah, so O2, I got to tell you, I looked online, and I'm not sure if that's like the base room or whatever, but I don't know, $2,000. I mean, dude, come on. I'd pay if I was living in San Diego right now, I would pay $4,000 to stay. I'm like, get me to friggin' Thailand.
Jib showed me something the other day. There's a hotel out by the river that is renting. You can rent the rooms monthly now, and you can do like 6 months contracts. And so you could get like their small 30 square meter room for like 7,000 baht a month if you pay for 6 months. And you can get their executive suite 75 square meters for 12,000 a month. And you get
on the Chao Prai?
Yeah. On the Chao Prai.
Where? There's Siam. I mean, where is it, dude?
No. So it's not right on the Chow. It's not like the peninsula or anything. It's a little bit in, but it's like one stop away from the Chow Phraya on the BTS. And so you could do this. The executive suite's 12,000, and then another 3,000 gets you. And the 12,000 includes like 2 bottles of water a day, plus they clean your room once a week, and you get a free drink at the bar daily.
But this is just living.
Just living, right?
Yeah,
this is like to pay monthly. But if you add 3,000 baht more per month, that includes 4 bottles of water a day, 2 drinks at the bar, 2 free breakfasts, and 3 hours of meeting room per month.
I mean, it's interesting. I was thinking about setting up. I know it's going to sound crazy, right? But drop shipping business, and all I need is a couple of hours a month. I mean, the rest of the time I'm just going to be posting Instagram photos of me at the beach, basically making money while I sleep.
Coffee shop. I mean, just set up at a coffee shop. You're good to go.
Revolutionary. I can't even imagine what it must be like to be at a coffee shop on the internet, like near a beach, maybe. Yeah. Like it looks like this. I don't know. I don't even know how that's possible.
Hey, Stuck, how's it going?
Hey, Stuck, good to see you, buddy. Thanks for coming by this morning. He was up early, or wait, up late. Yeah, he's from Florida. Okay.
So Doorman says 80-ish. I know there was a girl. I don't think I made it because she had a service animal. I don't think the airline would allow her to bring. If it was a dog, she could, but it was a chicken.
Well, yeah, you can only bring those on a bus. You can't bring those on a plane.
Service chicken?
Yeah, they have like a red vest kind of thing on there.
Cody said, I thought only dogs and miniature horses could be actual service animals. Yeah, you see a lot of people with pet chickens in Asia.
I am so offended by the people in the United States that basically screw the system and get a red vest for their dog to make it a service dog, and it's not a service dog, just so they can like bring it into a place that says only service dogs. And the thing that offends me the most is literally every single person that I interacted with that had that for their dog boasted about the fact that they basically lied to get it. I'm like, you should be in jail, and I should be able to snap the neck of your animal and just throw it away.
Yeah.
But that's just me.
Cody says, not to be confused with emotional support animals.
Same thing.
So, I'll tell you, a friend of mine has a really bad PTSD from Iraq. Okay. And he has an emotional support animal, his dog, that makes a huge difference for him.
Yeah. But
it's a very soothing thing for him. Like when he'll have like panic attacks for no reason. And the dog, and his dog is like going to be the most empathetic dog in the world. That like jumps up on his lap, he pets it. It gets it calms him down right away.
No, dude, dogs are people. Okay.
Yeah.
Cats are irrelevant. And I will tell you that when I broke up with my girlfriend, like my dog, now again, to be fair, my dog weighed pretty much more than my girlfriend, but he could saddle him. He had like hooves. He didn't have paws. But he was like totally there with me. And here's the thing. If a guy, I don't care. I mean, if he joins the service and he spends 5 seconds in Iraq or 5 minutes or 5 months or whatever, and he comes back and he's like, to be like mildly normal, I need a dog. Give him his own kennel as far as I'm concerned, dude. Because the guy, I mean, he literally gave up his life. He gave up his sanity to go do something that arguably didn't add a ton of global value. I'm sure it made us look more like a bully, which potentially helped our economy. I don't know.
Very possible. Definitely helped the economy.
Probably.
But yeah, it wasn't even his idea. The VA was like, hey, she had a dog. He's like, I don't really like dogs. And they're like, give it a try. And he got the dog and worked out.
That's awesome, dude.
I think he's got a few dogs now.
Well, because if one's good.
Mr. Mitch has got it right. Punish the idiot human, not the dog. Absolutely.
See, that's the other thing, too. I love people who, like, have dogs, and they will talk to the dog, like, in English or Thai or whatever, as if they're bargaining. It's like you're trying to convince a 5-year-old that ice cream isn't a fruit.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, the dog does exactly what you let it do. I mean, the people that own dogs, that let dogs rule their lives, they should be sent to Iraq, quite frankly, and not come back.
So yeah, Stuck's got it right. Cats are demons. Fully agree.
I don't see the ROI to the cat.
No.
I mean,
so Cody says service animals are very different than emotional support animals. Your friend sounds like he had a legit service animal. Maybe. I don't remember the specifics, but it was definitely his doctor at the VA was like the one who told him to get this dog, and he did have to go through a process with a special trainer for the dog and get it and like understand how to use it. But I'll tell you what, like literally the most empathetic dog, and like he knew if my buddy was having an issue, like the dog would jump up on his lap and like cuddle with him. It was, it was outstanding.
Yeah, no, that's awesome.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and the Cody also brings up another good point. Everyone knows strawberry ice cream is a fruit.
Right, but I wouldn't debate that with a 5-year-old. We would both be on the same page.
Yeah. Oh, the MedTech says one of his cats is missing, gone today. Oh, sorry to hear that.
Let me be clear. If you're a cat person, that sucks. I know what it is. Seriously. I mean, because dude, if your pet leaves, that's not fucking cool. And I will tell you that when my dog died, I was actually out of town at a fucking conference, which made me feel, and my dog sitter, she has to call me because she would like check in every morning. So she sends me this message, starts calling me, blowing up my phone. She's like, Mike, I really need to talk to you. And I'm like, oh man, he probably got out. He pooped all over the whatever. And so she had to tell me that my dog died. And I'm like, holy crap. And she's like, I'm so sorry. I'm like, you are. But I lost it. Like, I mean, I had to cancel meetings for the next 2 days with like important people. And I couldn't be myself. It was a total loss of myself.
Yeah, it's definitely, especially like if you've had your animal for a long time. Right. And it's part of the family. It's like your best friend, and like you lose them, it's heartbreaking.
No, dude. I mean, and talk about unconditional love. Jesus.
Joe P's got it right. Cats are the Karens of the animal world. Someone sent me a link the other day to a YouTube video. It was like a Karen compilation, and it was so cringy but so funny. I'm like, and of course they're all American. Like they've got to all be American, of course.
Yeah, right.
Like what are we doing to breed these Karens?
It's an interesting question. It's like, I don't know what the U.S. is doing to breed. I don't know what it is. I mean, I don't know if it's like it's almost like we've swung the other way is how I think of it. Like, in other words, you weren't allowed to smoke in grocery stores. Okay, so you can't and you weren't allowed to bring animals in grocery stores. Well, now it's like, well, you can bring an animal in, but it has to be. And all of these things that it's like, well, we don't want to hurt that person's feelings, or we don't want to be sued, or we won't want to be considered racist, which I have no problem being. I'm like, I'm a racist. There are actual races of people that in general I dislike. I don't have a problem with that.
If you're gonna say it, say it. Carl says Wrecked Videos has some epic Karen compilations.
Wrecked, nice.
REKT. I'm gonna check that out.
Rectal video.
Yeah, Cody says it's entitlement. It's a disease. Absolutely.
You think that's what it is? Yeah.
And I was watching. I'm sure you guys all know who Casey Neistat is, and he just started making videos again like a few months ago. And I watched one where he's riding his electric bike and he pulled over on a sidewalk, and these two ladies are walking by and they're like, "Oh, you shouldn't be riding that bike." Like, lady, what the fuck? Like, he's riding a bike. What's the big deal? What's he damaging?
Now, obviously, he's wildly successful, and I've heard his name before, and I've watched some of his videos. And I'm not understanding why he is so excellent. Maybe I didn't watch enough videos, but like, what is his shtick? Like, why is he so freaking globally known on YouTube?
So he first became really well known for a documentary he did called, I believe it was called The iPhone's Dirty Little Secret or Apple's Dirty Little Secret, about not being able to have the battery replaced on it. Might have even been like an iPod. And so then him and his brother had a docu-series about themselves called the Neistat Brothers. And that sort of launched him into sort of like his niche of filmmaking. and which resonates with a lot of people, resonates with a lot of young people, and so it fit very well on YouTube. And his style of filmmaking, his style of storytelling became very popular, and him doing it as well as he does, sort of elevated him to a level where he then got, he was sort of like the first guy to get like these massive like influencer offers, like fly in the 0G plane or take a $100,000 flight to Dubai and make a video about it.
Okay.
And along with like I think a lot of people's just interest in filmmaking, which he was involved in and took sort of center stage in a lot of his videos, created his celebrity. And he worked very. I think he also did. He was one of the first guys to produce like a very high quality daily vlog, where he would put in like excellent edits. Like Chris does amazing work, even like he's doing that 3-hour thing. So Casey Neistat was doing that on sort of a daily basis. He was also in New York, right? Sort of like the center of the world for a lot of Americans. So the Mr. Mitch, he generally dislikes the human race, but he tries. I definitely feel you on that.
Yeah, I get that, dude. I swear sometimes I just watch people's behaviors or I see their interactions with me and I look at them like, dude, I'm from another planet. Like, I don't even understand what you're talking about.
Yeah. So actually, I want to get Cody say, I'm kind of the same way, Cody. I'm not a cat person, but I will pet one if I see it.
If it's big enough. Like, in other words, if it's got like big stripes and it's got like a rabbit in its mouth, that's a good sized cat.
Now here's this is funny, Maganj. He's too ugly for TV, so people think he must be talented.
Yeah, I was trying to milk that one. Didn't work for me.
Talking about Casey. I think he put in quite a bit of work. I mean, to get where he's at. He's definitely not a handsome dude.
Now, you mentioned he stopped doing, like, he started doing videos again. What was his reasoning behind stopping?
I don't know. I think he just took time off. He moved to LA and took time off to basically surf and do whatever. But now he's doing videos. I don't know. I don't think I've seen one from him in a while though. So maybe he's stopped again. Who knows? He also sold his company Beam for like $25 million. I think he was probably like a 40% shareholder.
What the company do?
It was a failed social media platform that CNN bought to try to use for like citizen news reporting, and that didn't work out either.
Yeah,
they
good
both,
for him.
Him and his partner both took like the minimum exit like after a year,
which was $25 million.
No, they sold it for $25 million, but they had an earn out on top of that. So like, they both spent like the minimum 1 year with the company.
Does he do videos with his wife?
His wife is in a lot of the videos.
Okay, I think I saw one recently where like he just went to he was in LA and he like opened the back bed of his pickup truck and he and his wife ate burritos from this Mexican restaurant. Is that?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, and I was like, I mean, it wasn't horrible. I was just like, I don't see the.
So MedTech says his gym friends are wondering what he's watching. What should he say? You should say you're watching the greatest goddamn YouTube channel on the planet.
I want you to turn up the volume, and so that everybody can hear when I say, "This guy has a gigantic penis."
He's talking about me. Don't ask me how he knows.
Talking about MedTech. Dooby-doo.
Calls it Maine Coon cats are the only ones I consider they like dogs. The rest are like, what's a Maine Coon cat?
They're really big, right? Yeah, they used to sell those in San Diego. They're like $2,500, or maybe they're like $25,000. They were large.
What's Maganj say here is I came up on Essex property stock.
What's the ticker?
Yeah, what's the ticker, Maganj?
Property. Is it a REIT? Well, they're only back up to what they were in early June, dude. Like,
Stuck says he feeds 5 cats every day, even like a couple of them. If Jib sees a cat anywhere near our house, she'll go and feed it, pet it.
Oh yeah, but
for like 30
she's
minutes.
Buddhist, dude. She's freaking awesome.
CNN.
Yeah, it's a REIT.
Do you invest in REITs or no?
No, absolutely not.
You're only a stock guy?
It's a publicly traded stock, and the back end business is the investment trust. I'm a tech guy. There will be no other useful thing that affects the lives of so many people positively as technology and, quite frankly, education through technology.
I was watching a video the other day of a guy talking about cats. This guy was letting a puma lick his shoe at like some safari. What the fuck is wrong with you, man? That's a man eater. Like,
I'm a big fan of the puma.
It's an awesome cat, but I'm not letting it lick my shoe or like put its claw. It actually ripped his leg up with its claw.
Okay, so don't do that.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Appreciate the puma from afar.
Well, you get real close. I mean, all you got to do is hold like a cylindrical device that has, some degree of propellant in it. That puma's yours.
Yeah, I always think it's funny the people who take in big cats as pets. Like, I'm sure. Did you watch Tiger King or whatever it was on Netflix?
You mean like Tony Montana? No, I didn't watch that. No.
Tiger King was like the most ridiculous thing. It came out right when COVID hit and everyone was in lockdown.
Good for him. Good timing.
Oh, I think Cody's talking about. I think I did see this. The guy in Utah backpacking off from a mountain lion for I did see that. He was walking backwards. He kept yelling, "Go away, go away! What do you want?" And it wasn't until the mountain lion kept like coming at him. And it wasn't until like other people like could be heard that the mountain lion ran off. I would have shit myself.
Dude, that would freak me out because you have no idea. I mean, what do they need? Like 250 square miles of like their own property. I mean, if you're inside that, or if they have a cub nearby, game over. You have no idea that, I mean, they feel threatened. They're like, get the hell away from my daughter. I'm going to kill you.
In California, don't mountain lions kill people all the time up on like the running pass? Yeah. Yeah, one of my friends, he lived in not LA, but like one of the towns next to LA.
Like Pasadena?
Something. And he actually put up a video on Facebook one day of like just a mountain lion chilling out in his pool.
In his pool?
Yeah.
Must have been a saltwater pool. I would think that they would be like, dude, this chlorine. I mean, because that would be a really smell.
Not in the water, but like on the concrete next to his pool.
Oh, I could see that. Yeah, for cooling off, sure.
And just like walking around, chilling. I'm like, holy shit, that's a big cat. He's like, dude, no shit. He's like, we're getting them way too often now.
Yeah, my parents, I mean, they've got, different animals, of course, in the backyard. Deer, but nothing real. I mean, we get I used to get bobcats. And in Mexico, I would get like wolves. No, not wolves. What would I get? They're like basically wild dogs, but they're not dogs. What's the next? Is it wolf or is it? No. Anyway, I would get like those.
So when I lived in Rhode Island, we used to get coyotes a lot. I thought
that's what I was thinking of. Coyotes. Yeah.
I thought I saw a wolf one time, but everyone insisted I was wrong. And there were bear sightings, but I never saw one. Black bears.
Did you ever get one of the coyotes to lick your foot, or were you like, wait a minute, I've seen the puma video. I know what happens here.
No, the coyotes usually stay like right at the wood line, but like if you had like a small animal out, they would like definitely run out. So I had a small dog when I lived in Rhode Island, so I couldn't leave him in the yard by himself.
Yeah. My dog, when I used to bring him down to Mexico, he was so like friendly that he would see these coyotes like cruising through the desert. And he would be like, "Ooh," and he'd want to go over and play with them. And I'm like, "No, dude, you're in their territory. They're gonna snap your neck."
So one of my friends lives in Texas, and he's had a real problem with feral pigs the last like couple months.
What does feral mean?
Like wild pigs.
Oh, okay.
Like wild boars. Okay. And he sent me a video the other day. They set up a trap on his farm, and he caught, I think in one trap, like 40 of these overnight.
What? I mean, you would have to remove the pig each time you caught one, wouldn't you? What was he up all night?
Like a big, massive trap.
Oh, just one after another came in?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess they're probably not real good at communicating danger to their friends.
No.
They're like, oh yeah, there's more pigs in here. Come on. The pigs are probably all like, dude, we totally hung out the other night. 40 of us all got together, and this crazy one white guy was like all by himself and lonely. We're so pig awesome.
He basically kills them all, and like he said, like now, like he doesn't even butcher them. He used to butcher them and eat the meat, but now he just throws them away.
He doesn't give them to like. Where does he live?
South of Austin.
South of Austin. So I mean, really? So he kills them and just like throws them like in the like compost?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, he said you can't give the meat away in like shop. You can't drop them off at a shop to be butchered.
Really? I would think like farmers nearby would be like, yeah, of course we'll slaughter it. I mean, we'll eat for weeks. Gracie just sold free.
Yeah. What's he saying? So I want to go a helicopter feral pig. I want to go on a helicopter feral pig hunt. Oh, interesting. I would imagine shooting from a chopper is difficult.
Not over Vietnam. Too soon.
Too soon. I know Carol Bass, and I'm a member of Big Cat Rescue, but I've never watched the Tiger King. Oh, so you actually know Carol, the bitch Carol Bassin.
Is she? Why is she like inappropriate?
That's the guy. What's his name? Joe Exotic used to refer. He's like the bitch Carol Baskin. Oh. So Stuck. Did she kill her husband? What's the deal? So Joe P, I love some hogs. Fun to hunt. Yeah, apparently, and Mr. Mitch says, they're a big issue for farmers. Yeah, my friend, they said they eat he's got like one of the first legal weed farms in Texas, or legal hemp farms, and they come in, they eat the plants. Stuck. There we go. Stuck. Carol seems crazy, but that's probably due to TV and ratings. Yeah, I'm sure. Carl, I'm sure it was also edited to make a narrative, right? Like none of these documentaries are actually showing you how it really is. They edit it to tell a narrative, right? And so I'm sure Carol was the bad guy in the documentary. Mike, I've got no audio coming from you. So Stuck, I eat 3 feral pigs a year, sometimes many more. So the whole thing, or what do you just do, like feral pig bacon? Or you do like how do you prepare it? How do you butcher it up? What are your favorite cuts on the feral pig?
How about now?
You're good now. Yay,
technology.
Joe P says hog hunting in Florida all year long. So you got the feral pigs out in Florida too, Joe?
No. That's where all the fat white chicks are. That's what he's talking about.
Okay.
It's like Hawaiian, basically.
For some reason, people think people that dedicate their lives to animal rescue work are a different breed of people, but I definitely don't believe she harmed anyone, especially her husband. So you don't think she killed the husband, fed it to the cats on her property? That's sort of the narrative they tried to spin in the documentary. They didn't outright say it, but they definitely hinted at it hard.
Yeah, and I'm sure every other guy that's had a shitty divorce was like, yeah, stick it to her.
So Hugh says feral hogs are notorious for parasites and nasty tasting meat. Good for sighting in scopes, though. Oh. So the parasites are definitely an issue. I wouldn't want to be eating parasite-filled pork. Pigs are a huge problem in Texas and Arkansas. They're like corn pops. Some bad dudes. Yeah, definitely. I know for a fact that they're a huge issue in Texas. But what Hugh said about the parasites makes sense, right? Because that's even a big issue with pork in general. Joe P, she killed his ass. Joe's convinced. Joe knows. Yeah, you gotta watch Tiger King if you get a chance, Mike. You'll cringe and laugh at the same time.
I'm not even like a third of the way through Grey's Anatomy.
Well, you have like 700 fucking seasons to watch.
Exactly, yeah, and I'm only on 530.
Yeah, so you got a ways to go. Then you got to do Sons of Anarchy after that.
That's in the queue. Yeah.
Yeah, but you add Tiger King. So what Doorman says here is like Johnny likes his girl skinny, but I like the fatties once in a while. I'll have to see the poster and that comes off of. I couldn't imagine being married to her. I tied chicken livers to my neck first and enter the cage before I do that.
Yeah, right, exactly.
She definitely seems crazy. I mean, but again, Joe Exotic seemed like completely off his rocker. He's like, he uses meth to make straight guys go gay and marries them.
Who is this? Tony what?
No, Joe Exotic. He was like the main character in Tiger King. He basically picks up like straight dudes like with no options on the side of the road, brings them back to his tiger thing, his tiger park, gets them hooked on meth, and starts banging them.
Men.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
like the
and
dude
they televised this. Like, why isn't he in jail?
He is in jail now for the attempted murder of the bitch Carol Baskin.
Wow. Okay, that's.
And then, yeah, everything you see in the Tiger King show, you'll be like, "What the fuck am I even watching?" Jib was like, "Is this really America? Like, this is how people are in America?" I was like, "Oh yeah,
yeah." Unfortunately.
Then Carl said, "Have you watched House?" That was actually a very good show.
I mean, it was, again, Hospital, right? I believe I did. So here's, if you guys don't know, my memory is arguably very selective. Like, obviously I can talk about tech all day long and I can remember shit that happened 2 seconds ago as well as 2.5 years ago vividly. And then there are some things that I absolutely cannot remember. Like, I cannot remember movies. I can't remember TV shows. I can't remember names of people. So for example, if Gracie and I were to go to a movie and you saw us on the way, you were coming into the movie and she and I were leaving in the lobby, I would literally not be able to tell you what happened in the movie. So really? I may have watched House, but I can't remember.
House was a good show. Him and is a very interesting concept. I liked it.
He was a doctor, right?
Or yeah. No? Oh shit, okay. We got Jeff Edwards and Jeff. What's going on? We got both the Edwards brothers Jeff. In the chat. McGonge and Jeff. What's up, brother? How you doing?
Oh, your beard buddy came by my live stream the other day. I was honored by that. What's his name again?
Suburban Beard.
Suburban Beard. Yeah, I was like, oh my god, dude, thank you. I mean, he's obviously busy every day.
Penny Josh.
Yeah, Penny Josh is great.
Tiger King shit. It all comes down to one thing. Yeah, right. Definitely, they're definitely inbreeding in with Joe Exotic's family tree. Might look like a telephone pole.
Do we have Go More Hike? Is he in the chat? I'd like to hear about his experience with that in Alabama.
He's not in the chat today. Maybe he might be sleeping or working. I don't know. He's always here on the weekend.
Oh, true. Yeah.
So Steve says, if you like Sons of Anarchy, you'll love Animal Kingdom. I've never heard of it. What's that, Steve?
Is it another, like, I guess if I, yeah.
Maybe another biker show?
What up, Edward?
McGonge, represent. So, Greg, I know you're looking at the, you were looking at the language visa for Chiang Mai. It didn't work out. I know Greg's looking at like some other options, just trying to see how he can get back.
Well, if you guys are looking into Chiang Mai, I would highly encourage you to look into drop shipping. Very lucrative, a lot of integrity, and you know, I mean, all you're doing is competing with Amazon.com, like they've gotten the market share. I mean, you're golden, dude. It's a freaking blue ocean. Blue ocean. Go for it.
I can imagine Greg going around Chiang Mai just choking out all the drop shipping guys.
Oh, let's give him a high five for that right now. Absolutely, dude. Yeah. You do that, Greg, I will pay you $19.97 every month for every drop shipper you check.
Mutual of Omaha, Wild Kingdom.
Do you remember that, Dana?
Mutual of Omaha?
Yeah, you don't remember that?
No.
Okay. So I get you're like 10. How old are you? I'm 52. How old are you? 50. You're 42. 41. So 10 years. Yeah, that used to be on the weekends. It would be like Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom. And so it was an insurance company, obviously, that sponsored like a National Geographic thing.
Yeah.
And yeah, I used to watch that all the time.
So forged elite status is what Maganj is looking at.
Forged elite visa? Good luck.
Just fly to Cambodia, walk over the border, you'll be good. No one will know.
She'll get caught.
They just go like, oh, I'm gonna do my 90-day check-in. I'm a little overstayed. They're like, what?
Good luck.
Oh, so this show, Animal Kingdom's crime family in Oceanside, California, run by the grandmother. Sounds like my ex-wife's family, but in Ubon Ratchathani. Oh, so Joe wants to buy that drop shipping course, Mike. He's ready to commit.
Oh, well, see, here's the thing, Joe, is that we're backed up right now, but if you get on my list, then I'll definitely notify you. I mean, you'll be at the top of the list naturally, because you're part of my family. And in fact, I've got a Facebook group, and if you just pay like another, I don't know, let's say $4.97 just for you, because normally it's a lot more and worth a lot more. But if you pay like $4.97, then I'll put you in part of the Facebook group, and then you guys can talk about each other and talk about all your successes. But let's be clear, you do not tell anybody the URL of your drop shipping store, because letting people know the business that you own that is generating a bunch of revenue,
millions.
Obviously, that is a dumb idea.
99% profit.
Only recently has Jeff Bezos come out. He's had a website that has been globally. Damn it, dude! I'm not even sitting next to you and you're losing it. Jesus Christ, dude. You gotta play along. Fucking damn it. I can't get this guy. Yeah.
When you start, Jeff Bezos put me over the edge. I was good until you said Jeff Bezos.
Right. Like, oh yeah, I know what Mike's saying. Yeah, whatever you do, don't let people in on your secret.
Only recently we would find out that Jeff Bezos owns Amazon.
I mean, it's only recently.
I only just found out they sell more than books.
Wait. Oh, you mean just this month? They started this month, right?
For decades.
Really? Wow.
They've got technology that will just send you shit when you need it without you buying it and just charge your credit card. You
know what's interesting about that? I bet you could actually go to Amazon right now and actually order some shit. You could probably order some human poop.
Do you remember there was a joke website called manbeef.com?
No. What website? Man beef? What?
They said they were, or man meat or something like that. They said they were selling human meat.
Wow. No, I've never heard of that.
It was hilarious, and you could order human meat for like $39.99 or something.
Are you sure it wasn't cannibalist.com that you were going to?
No, it was a joke. It was from the 90s. It was like a joke website, but they had like a fake payment page and everything.
I bet you they got a ton of funding in 99, right?
So Paul Apley here, he says he just got a tourist visa. He's in the U.S. Thai immigration is starting to relax. So Paul, is that the STV visa or what tourist visa did you get?
You probably got a TR. And that's the one where you have to like shell out the big cash. Although, Paul, I would love to hear if you got the STV.
Yeah.
Because if you have it, the United States is not on the list of countries that are allowed in. So yeah, I hope you can get over here, dude. I hope you can get over here.
What,
60 day. Okay, yeah.
If you can order Philadelphia bath water, that wouldn't surprise me.
He's got the standard TRV.
60-day TR.
Mm-hmm. Good for you, dude. Good luck getting in. I mean, and I mean that with all sincerity. I mean, if that's all you need to do, awesome. And if that's the case, then I'm going to try and get Gracie a TR because it's a little bit less financial outlay than a 5-year elite.
Yeah. But 5 years gets you 5 years, right?
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. But I mean, if you think about it, right? I mean, she has a 10-year United States visa that cost us like $350, maybe $400 all in, and so versus the 5-year for Thailand that's $16,000. I mean, so but where would I rather be though, right?
I know Todd said in his video that he got the 5 just because it was easier. He plans to get the 20 once that's up.
I saw that yesterday. Yeah.
Is there? So Todd, what makes it easier to get the 5 versus the 20?
Money. It's a hell of a lot less money.
Yeah, but he said he has the cash to do it, so he was just trying to get what he said. It was quicker to get the 5.
Is that what he said?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
Well, that's what he said in the video. So, like, Todd, if you can clarify that for, I'm sure most of the people here have seen your videos, so they would definitely be interested to know.
We still have not.
He had an IPO way better than Beyond.
What is better? What?
He's talking about
Ooh, what's Beyond at? I sold everything. I've pretty much got. I've got maybe $100,000 left in Baba stock, but other than that, pretty much everything else is in cash for right now. I'm just waiting to buy again.
Joe's got the thing. He's a drop shipping business, quick and easy to set up. Call 555-5555.
Oh, Joe, that's a
8675309.
Jenny.
And then Paul Doorman wants to know: do you need to have the 500K bought in a bank account for 6 months?
For the TR?
Oh, yeah, he answers. He said yes. He had savings account statements.
Ooh, Beyond Meat, guys. I'm thinking it's a buy right now. It is on a low, similar to where it was in July. Ooh, I think Beyond Meat is a buy right now. Wait a minute. Hold on. What does Burger King sell?
Impossible.
Who sells Beyond Meat?
McDonald's just announced that they're developing a plant-based burger with Beyond Meat, though.
With them? Okay.
Yeah.
Who's selling Beyond Meat right now, though? Or is it just like people buying them?
I think White Castle.
Seriously?
Yeah.
I'll have to do some more research on them because they're down 20% in one day. That's either a really big buy or they're an indication of consumer spending that's going to start cratering at like Whole Foods. Interesting. I'll have to look into that.
You can buy Beyond at Whole Foods, stuff like that. I think White Castle sells a Beyond Burger and a few other places, but and Burger King is with Impossible. McDonald's is doing it with Beyond.
Well, that pretty much that tells me their stock is going up, not down over the next 5 years.
Oh, so at the time, it was just the cash, but he has enough in his account for the 20-year.
Yeah, right. But I agree. I'm going to actually check. We still haven't heard back, and it's been probably almost 2 weeks. I should ping Russell.
That's the same agent that Todd used?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and he's at Elite Visa. He's basically the intake guy, though. He doesn't actually process them. But make sure that
Beyond is still overpriced in his opinion and risky. Their MO is retail.
Understood. I mean, obviously they didn't hit earnings, Carl. I get that. Have to look into it.
So Steve says plant-based burgers are disgusting. You know what?
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, I would disagree. I love the Beyond Burger, especially from there's a place here called Prime. Mike and I had the plant-based
they sell Beyond?
Yeah, the burger I had is Beyond at Prime.
Good to know.
The burger you had is real meat.
Yeah, it was real messy too, but it was very, very good. I didn't need to eat for 2 days.
Yeah. No, he literally did it. I was like, hey, you want to grab a bite? He's like, I haven't eaten since I had that burger at your house.
Yeah, no, literally. I mean, it was like a full day. Like, it was unnecessary. I gained 2 kilos eating a 4-kilo burger.
They're damn good, though.
Yeah, it was excellent.
Josh, my friend Josh, Suburban Beard, he actually likes the Impossible Whopper from Burger King. He loves it.
I've never tried it.
He's not a vegetarian or anything. He prefers it over the Whopper.
Well, again, one could argue that McDonald's hamburgers taste great, but it's not exactly the best beef you've ever had. It's designed to taste good.
Yeah, it's fat, sugar, and salt.
Yeah, they're amazing. All right, I'm going to ping Russell again.
Let's see, where are we here in the comment? We're pretty caught up with the comments. It's going good.
I'm talking less.
It's nice to know that when you get here, you don't have to worry about having to go back to the USA at the end of the TRV. Yeah, true. Not having to leave is a big thing.
Yeah, but once you get over here, dude, can't you just like go to immigration and be like, give me another year for.
Yeah. So Paul's saying he might try to convert to a retirement visa once in country. I know a guy.
Well, I mean, it's absolutely possible. If you're going to do it the way that you're supposed to, then I would encourage you to get 800,000 baht in a bank now. You know, but there's a guy.
Yeah, there's a guy. If you get here and you want to convert, let me know. I know a guy. We can connect you.
You also do. I mean, it's not like it's illegal. You know.
This is a good one from Mr. Mitch. A cannibal goes to the butcher, wants to buy some brains. Construction worker brains are $5 a pound. Engineer brains are over $1,000. So he asked the butcher why the engineer brains were so expensive. The butcher replies, "Do you have any idea how many engineers you got to kill to get a pound of brain?" Yeah, non-retirement. I mean, it's possible, definitely possible. Like, so Carl says about 35% cash, waiting for the dip in the next 2 to 3 months.
35%. Good for you. I yanked it all out because, I mean, what it's been doing so lately, it's like I love to have a lot of money to be able to buy. Because I know you guys are going to think this is insane, like from an engineering perspective, but I always should go with my gut. I usually go with my gut. Sometimes I don't go with my gut. My gut told me to buy 10,000 shares of GoPro when I was sitting in Dana's living room at $4. It is now, and I could have just done an auto sell at $8. I just could have been like, I just want to double my money. Should have done it.
What's GoPro at today?
6.8.
So Steve, you couldn't even get the Impossible Whopper down, huh? It's just not for you. Interesting.
675.
Doorman knows a guy who knows a guy.
I'll have my guy call your guy.
Yeah.
Anything is doable. Yeah, his statement about that. Anything is doable once you get here. Absolutely.
Yeah, very true. Very true.
I got 32 minutes remaining on the battery.
Okay. Man, that's a hell of a battery.
It's a hell of a laptop.
You're at 80%?
Yes. Yeah. It says I have 39% remaining, and it says 36 minutes. I've known to remove about 10% of that. So yeah, so I have about 32, 33 minutes.
Nice. Oh, Paul's applied for Elite. No approval yet.
Oh, when did you apply? Because Gracie and I applied. I mean, literally, like I was going back and forth with the guy, and I'm like, look, she's a Philippine citizen, but she has a U.S. visa and that sort of thing. He goes, oh, no, the U.S. visa doesn't matter. He says, Philippines, no problem. Just give us the application. We'll do it. And that was like 2 weeks ago. So I'd kind of like to hear back. And, part of me was like, all right, well, okay, she's Filipina. I get it. Maybe they don't expect, but I'm like, who cares? You guys want $500,000 baht or not?
Yeah.
So. Oh, Russell. So Russell just got back to me very quickly. Unfortunately, they haven't. Let's see what he said to me. So far, we are waiting to update from immigration. Step 1, start with request for clearance check with passport. Okay. 1 month, estimated 1 month to get a clearance check on her passport from immigration in Thailand. Oh. That's ridiculous. Fee payment verification, estimate 2 to 5 working days, depending upon the method of payment. Step 3, issue of member ID number, estimated 5 working days. Step 4, book to affix elite visa at Chiang Watana or Royal Thai Embassy near you. We suggest that you contact the Royal Thai Embassy or whatever in the area you're currently in. No, I need you to do that because the Royal Thai Embassy in Manila will not return my emails or calls because they're incompetent. I'll put this up there in case you guys care.
So it's an interesting time frame.
Yeah, it's we have a phrase for it. It's what's called sucks ass.
Yeah. So Cody says, it doesn't matter what you know as long as you know someone who knows what you don't know. Absolutely. Right?
Well done.
Access to knowledge or information is key. Oh, so Paul applied 3 weeks ago. So he's in the middle of that check, I guess, authorization check. Mr. Mitch has not eaten at BK or McD's for a long time. Stock says he had the fish sandwich from BK not too long ago. I haven't eaten meat in decades, but the fish sandwich at McDonald's, the filet fish, used to be like my favorite. That was my go-to.
Yeah, I agree. Those are pretty darn good.
It's horrible for sure. It's just a piece of cod that's deep fried in a square, but man, is it delicious.
Yeah, no, totally. I mean, you got to remember the chicken nuggets, dude. I mean, they're gross, but they're good.
Mariano, man, what's going on? Waking up.
Hey, buddy, good to see you.
Yeah, from Germany. So here's the comment from that Mike got regarding the time frame. 1 month for the clearance check from immigration. Very interesting. Oh, yeah, it just popped up while I was trying to click. Mike, please tell people that missed out on your drop test of the GoPro.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I thought I was like, oh, Mike crash, he's fucked.
Yeah, I was like, oh man, this could be really bad.
Yeah, Mr. Mitchell, the fillet of fish was his go-to back in high school. Yeah, it was my go-to for a long time. To me, that's the most underrated sandwich on the McD's menu. Filet of fish was decent as long as you had held the tartar. Oh, I love the tartar sauce. Oh, you got to have the tartar sauce. Slice of cheese, tartar sauce, steam bun. Good to go. So, assuming all this goes well, it looks like she's looking at January before she can get here.
Yeah, which actually works out okay because we do have a court appearance that's necessary in February.
Early Feb or late?
Yeah, late. I think it's like February 23rd. So that's all right.
So here we go. Joe's starting shit in the comments. Fish burger.
Fish burger. Fish burger.
Everything in Asia, if it's on a round bun, it's a burger. Oh, so Mariano's got a really good question. Can you tell us what the advantage of the APEC business travel card are, and also how you get it?
So for U.S. citizens, the APEC business travel card is part of the Trusted Traveler program. The most common thing that most people get out of the Trusted Traveler program is global entry. If you live in Southern California, one of the more popular things to get through that is called Sentry, which allows you to go in and out of Mexico very quickly. Anyway, the way you get the APEC business travel card is essentially you get global entry first, and then you apply for the APEC business travel card, APEC being Asia Pacific Economic Cooperation. And what that allows you to do is go in and out of basically all of the Southeast Asian countries that effectively you would want to go to in the priority lane or in the lane that is labeled crew, like where the pilots go or the crew goes through or whatever. In Thailand, it's the priority lane, right? So where you would go if you had an elite visa, for example. Additionally, if you were over here right now, you could get in and out of Thailand. I'm getting a call, I think. Hold on. Who's calling me?
Mike with the phone call.
Oh, I know what it is. No, never mind. Yeah, my phone is a Google phone. Anyway. So it rings in chat. So you can get in and out of the country right now with an APEC visa. Sorry, an APEC card, regardless of the kind of visa you have. So, for example, I have an OA, which will allow me to come back in. However, if I had just an O with an extension, I would not be able to get in. But I have an APEC business travel card. So it is almost as good of an experience re-entering the country or entering countries as global entry is for the United States. But the nice thing is it's good for all over here. It's quite awesome. It's $100 and it lasts 5. Let me just check. I want to say it lasts 5 years. Mine expires October 22. I'm trying to see if there's an issue date on here. I don't believe there is, but let me see. Let me just get rid of the document number. You guys can see it maybe. Anyway.
So he's asking, can he also apply for that as a German? He has global entry for the U.S. already.
Yeah, so as a German, you cannot, because you are not part of APEC. The United States is part of APEC, because the Pacific, right? So imagine all of the, basically, all the countries that are joined via the Pacific in the Asian area, and then if you went east from obviously Asia, you'd end up in the United States, and so U.S. is part of that on a cursory level. However, the fact that you're a German citizen and you have global entry, that's interesting. I didn't know that you were able to get that. That's pretty cool. I know Canada has the reciprocal agreement and Mexico has the reciprocal agreement, but that's really awesome that you have global entry for the U.S. as a German. Knowing that tells me that you have a trusted traveler program login. The easiest way to find out is to log in with your TTP login, like username and password, and then go to the page where you would normally renew your global entry. And literally you just scroll down to the bottom of that screen, and the only option available to you, if it is available to you, will be the APEC card. In other words, if you've already got global entry, you won't be able to click on global entry because you've already got it. And so the other options that are available through Trusted Traveler, if it's visible, click on yes, and then what you need to do, however, to get it is to schedule an interview face-to-face. And so I'm unclear how you would accomplish that if you are physically in Germany, because although that said, I don't know how you got your global entry unless you were in the United States to receive it. But anyway, it'd be fun to know that. Yeah, try to TTP.
Can you get a decent Philly cheesesteak in Bangkok? Not that I've seen. I don't know of any spots that do it.
I think there's like a Philly steak place, like, you know how you go down, what is it, Soy 3, whatever Nana Plaza is off to the left, right?
Yeah.
If you go down there, and I know that one of the guys in here, I can't remember who it is, but he basically told me, like, yeah, right across from Nana in that parking lot, in the parking lot of the Nana Plaza Hotel, apparently is awesome Mexican food. I don't know if you've ever been there. We should go try it. But I think if you go down there further and then you take a right, I swear there's a Philly cheesesteak place there. Maybe not.
Oh. All right, yeah, that's interesting. So maybe we'll explore and let you know, Steve. Call Kay take a date back in the day and mention I'd buy her a surf and turf dinner. Little did she realize I was taking her to McD's for a filet and a McRib. Yeah, it's a classic combo. McRib was people live and die by that McRib. Some people love it. So Greg is all interested in this now too. So now that you mentioned the APAC card, he's all interested in see if he can use that to get into Thailand.
But here's the thing, dude. Anyone who's coming to Thailand or whatever, or if you're going to go in and out of the United States more than once, get global entry and get the APEC business travel card. There is no downside to it other than it's pretty much a zero tolerance background check policy. So for example, my buddy got busted when he was 16 or 17 for smoking pot, which then he thought at 18 got removed from his record. It's still on his record. And so they didn't allow him to get it. Now you can appeal their decisions on that, but some people are like, no, I don't want to do the background check, or I wouldn't be able to satisfy the background check. But yeah, dude, if you can get global entry, there is zero downside to applying for the APEC business travel card, because it's $100 and it's free as far as I'm concerned.
Joe's asking, what's up with BKK FM?
Not a lot. Haven't done anything with it, actually. I haven't allocated attention units to it. I haven't decided yet exactly what it's going to look like. So that's part of the first process.
It's not just going to be some random playlist.
No, that's what Big Eye Radio is already. No, I don't want to do that all over again.
The McRib burger.
Yeah.
Everything on a round bun is a burger.
Yeah, indeed.
Oh, Steve says the McRib's back in the SF Bay area.
Yeah, I guess they bring that back. What's the other one? Shamrock Shakes. That's their big.
Doorman says the McRib gave him diverticulitis. Damn.
Nice. That's great. And they didn't pay you?
Carl wants to know why no one has combined the banh mi with a Philly cheesesteak. That seems amazing.
Mm-hmm.
That's a very good question. That's a valid question. Why is there no Philly cheesesteak banh mi?
I mean, again, all it is a French roll, right? So, I mean, but I mean, they do have like beef. I mean, that's very common in pho, right?
Yeah. They like the tendons and like the cartilage and all that connective tissue, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So Carl, are you thinking like a connective beef tissue, like tendon cheesesteak, or are you thinking like a straight flank steak, Philly cheesesteak style with, the banh mi vegetables and some type of like vinegar sauce and everything?
Well, the other thing too, over here you're not going to get decent cheese. I mean, you can if you pay for it.
It's definitely not cheap.
Yeah, it's not like really decent cheese. That's the downside.
Well, like an official Philly cheesesteak, though, is Cheese Whiz, right?
No, it's as far as I know, it's a Philly cheesesteak is what's white? What the white? It's not. Is it cheddar? It's not cheddar. Cheddar's yellow.
No, there's white cheddar and yellow cheddar.
So maybe So I think it's white cheddar melted inside of it.
I thought it was cheese, like yellow Cheese Whiz was the official like Philly, like hot, like nacho cheese almost.
Every chili cheese or Philly cheesesteak I've had has had like white cheese melted because you put it on top of the hot.
You had it in Philly?
I mean, I've had them outside. I'm trying to remember if I've ever had one when I was there. I don't think so.
So when I had it in Philly, it was like yellow, like they ladled cheese onto the cheesesteak.
Wow, I don't know where you. I mean, yeah, I've never had one like that. So, but I've also had What's the kind that my buddy told me to get in Chicago? Italian beef. I think he said like the famous Italian beef sandwich.
The Italian beef sandwich where they dip it, right?
Yeah, I guess. Well, no, I think that's French, isn't it? When they do the dipping in the au jus sauce.
Holy shit! What the? This is Cody's story. When I was a kid, my dad broke through the border in Canada while I was on a road trip with him. So I ended up in a foster home in Canada for a week. I was still able to get global entry. God damn.
Well, that's because you didn't commit a crime.
So these guys are saying, so Joe and Hug Life are both saying that's provolone that they put on
that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense now, yeah.
And Doorman says it is Cheese Whiz at Gino's. Okay.
Oh, Gino's. That's like getting pizza at Sparrow.
He says, no, a Philly cheese inside the banh mi, pickle, veggies, sharp provolone. Okay.
All right. Let me see what this guy is telling me.
At street food vendors selling sushi, often with the weather, the sushi seems a bit crapshoot. Any experience? So I've always thought that as well. Like I see the street food vendors, especially like you go on the train, they'll have open air sushi, and I see people buying it. I'm not sure I would go for it. Again, like certain things, chicken, like cooked chicken, Thai style, sitting out open air all day. If you're a chicken guy, probably go for it. Yeah. Raw fish sitting out open air in the middle of Bangkok street side, probably not the best bet.
For sushi? Maybe. No, my guy from Elite is now sent me like 3 voice messages. Jesus Christ.
Italian beef usually comes with the au jus sauce, yeah. So you dip it in. The idea with the Italian beef is you dip the sandwich in the sauce, right, Stock?
Why would I grew up and would always refer to that kind of sandwich as called French dip.
No, I think the French dip is actually dip the sandwich before they give it to you. With the Italian beef, you dip it yourself.
Whenever I would order a French dip sandwich, where I grew up, it would basically be a beef sandwich, and then there would be like a little bowl of like warm au jus sauce, and you would like dip it in and then eat it, and then dip it in and eat it. Didn't you do that?
No.
In Rhode Island? Okay.
So the whiz cheese. So according to Hug Life, the whiz cheese was done for the kosher eating folks. Oh, because no dairy can touch the meat, right? That's a kosher thing. No dairy, no meat in the same plate. And Carl's got another combo here. Carl K, the whiz pork and broccoli rabe. That and pickled veggies, cilantro. I could see that. I could see that. Best Philly cheesesteak I ever had was in, I don't even know how to say that. Somewhere in Jersey. An expat from Philly and his wife owned it. Okay. Joe P with strong failings on sushi. It equals bait.
Yeah, it's funny when I'm good.
I was gonna say, imagine you take the rice off first.
When I moved from Boston to California and everyone was eating fish, when everyone was eating sushi, I'd be like, look, dude, I'm from New England. We cook our fish.
Yeah. Definitely back, especially sushi didn't really come to like New England until like probably the late 90s.
Yeah, it's like Mexican food. It's friggin' El Torito.
Taco Bell.
Yeah. Oh my God, this guy's sending me. All right, you do what you got to do. I got to listen to these.
All right. So Cody says it provided proof that my mom was my legal guardian. If my dad was, I would have been charged. The paperwork was actually shredded. Wow. That's a crazy story, dude. Mr. Mitch, the French dip I'm used to, we would dip it ourselves. So I always thought the French dip got dipped before you got it. Like they took the whole sandwich and like dipped it into the au jus and then put it on the plate. Like a big mess. That's the way I always had the French dip roast beef sandwich if you dip it in the sauce. The last live stream, Jib gave Dana a snack that looked like show pong. I remember that the bake, not steam version sold in the Philippines. It was like sloppy Joe with a mess. Oh, so yeah, Hugh, she gave me a what's called salapao, and it was one with black bean inside. I thought it was black sesame, but it was black bean. I think it might have had some sesame in it for flavor, but it's basically a steamed bun like you would see in dim sum. So it's, essentially just, like a steamed rice dough with a little bit of like filling in it. I like the veggie ones. Like they'll have like a mushroom with other veggies and like a lot of pepper, and it's really good. Legal seafood all over Boston. Yeah, legal seafood's popular. It's really more of a tourist spot. If you're a local, you go to like one of the local spots. But yeah, legal seafood's kind of a chain restaurant. So Stuck saying originally the French dip, the whole sandwich would be dipped. Some places still do that. That's how I remember it. They'd basically, throw the sandwich in a pair of tongs and dip it in the au jus. It comes out like a soupy sandwich. Mariano, the CBP website, to be eligible for the U.S. APAC Business Travel Card Program, you must meet 3 criteria. You must be a U.S. citizen. So, yeah, I guess not for you, Mariano. Now, Cody's going for that French dip now. Wait, what, Greg? A cop in a truck just hit a tree in front of your apartment? What? What are you doing? What are these cops doing out there in Puerto Vallarta, Greg? Hitting random trees. Damn. So the Philly cheesesteak. So the official version, guys, if I'm reading right the comments, it's provolone on the sandwich, not the whiz. So I had it. It was just that one place that does the whiz. He drove off like no one saw it. So French onion soup with extra cheese. Now I'm hungry. Is there any other way to eat French soup other than with French onion soup, other than with a copious amount of cheese that just melts over everything? I thought that was the whole key to making it. I've always, whenever I've seen French onion, it's like the soup, and then they'll usually put it in like a ramekin and just like pound like a couple handfuls of cheese and let it melt all over. Philippines and LA, famous French dip place, open for over 100 years. I recommend the Gam dip, lightly dipped, or it's a mess. How do you lightly? It's bread though, right? So like, well, they only dip half of it, or they just like boom, super quick. You know, I always thought it was just like they dip the whole sandwich, so the bread basically just absorbs everything. So what's a lightly dip, Steve? I'm curious about that. And actually, one of the places, the last place I probably had a French dip in the 90s, they dipped it and then they ladled more sauce, like more of the au jus, over the sandwich. It was a fucking mess. It was a nightmare to eat, but it was so good. I could probably pound away like 3 of those. Like after a workout, get back to the go to that spot, and I hit like 3 or 4 of those in one time. Joe, what are you talking about? Fingers? Oh my god, putting fingers in your cheesesteak? Oh, so it's like a soup. So they just like hit it like super quick and then pull it out. So it gets, what does it get, like a little wet, Steve, and then, or it just doesn't soak up as much, I guess, because they're doing it so fast. I tell you, it definitely adds a ton of flavor. So there was a sandwich when I was in Philly. This is probably 2000. It was a Philly cheesesteak, and then they also put like fried chicken fingers and mozzarella sticks on it. It was like on a food truck or like a food trailer type of thing. And it was this girl who I was hanging out with when I was in Philly. She's like, "Oh, you have to try this. Like the most crazy sandwich." And everyone was amazed. I ate the whole thing. It was like foot-long cheesesteak, chicken fingers, mozzarella sticks, and onion rings or something, I think, in there. It's absolutely crazy. Stuck says lightly dipped is one quick dip. Otherwise, it's dipped twice. Oh, okay. Super quick, barely touching the top. Gotcha. Yeah, no mayo on the pizza. Mayo on pizza, not allowed. That is not good. Not a good look to put mayo on the pizza at all. And actually, it's a very Thai thing. Like, if you guys have been here, the pizza toppings that they do here are kind of wild. They'll do like mayonnaise with hot dogs on pizza. They'll do tom yum seafood pizza with like squid, and the squid will get like super chewy because it's been baked in the oven. It's outrageous how crazy the actual pizzas get here. Steve, mayo on anything, not allowed. Good call. That's why you don't like the tartar sauce. I could go the rest of my life without ever having mayonnaise. That would be fine. Yeah, big anti-mayo movement on this channel. Clearly, not a mayo team at all. And maybe I should make like a BS mayo shirt or something, like some type of BS logo with a mayo, like a no mayonnaise on it. What do you guys think? And don't forget to check out shop.bangkokstrange.com. Again, use the code 1111, 20% off today only, 1111. But yeah, mayo definitely can definitely ruin stuff. I remember there was a place in Rhode Island. They served a sandwich with, it was like toasted bread. They put just mayonnaise and tomatoes and lettuce on this fucking sandwich, nothing else. Just so gross. Stuck says Mexico, they practically mayo on a lot of stuff, especially the street corn. I always tell them they put mayo on corn. What wait, they put mayonnaise on fucking corn on the street? That just sounds disgusting.
Yeah, they like dip it kind of thing. Yeah, that's Mexico. Well, the best things in Mexico are when they take a hot dog and then they wrap it in bacon. I mean, that's awesome.
Well, I mean, it's got bacon, so that sounds acceptable. But dipping corn in mayonnaise, that sounds so wrong.
Well, they use mayonnaise here in different ways than we use it at home. That's for sure. Oh shoot, battery's running low. Hold on.
What do you got?
I got 10%, but battery saver is on, so that means that all right. I should probably go.
Let's wrap this up, guys.
It's just gonna
real quick. It's called the elote corn. Ugh. Mayo on corn. Not good. Not good. I don't want to think about it. So Mike's running out of juice. We're going to wrap this guys up. We'll see you for our weekend coffee on Saturday. And until next time, stay strange.
Peace.